Discipleship at Sunday Breakfast Mission really takes a little bit different turn than it would in almost any other setting. At a mission, we're dealing with adults who have broken all their ties. They have torn up every relationship they have in their lives, and they've ended up on the street, homeless. But particularly, we're aiming at those homeless that want to get their lives straightened out, and we're telling them that God has a plan. God can turn that life around, can retie those relationships. But all of it is someone being taught by follow me as I follow Christ, which is the typical understanding of discipleship in the Christian faith. But in this case, it is for that individual primarily about retying that relationship to God, who then in turn will retie all their other relationships as they submit to Him through Jesus Christ.
I'm the youngest of 3 children of a mixed marriage, mixed family. So I had a pretty good family. We lived in a middle-class working neighborhood. Everybody, you know, pretty much did what they were supposed to do, except for me and my other sister. I was more like a rebel, I would suppose, and didn't want to follow any rules or listen to anybody. I wanted to explore the world and make my own mistakes, and that's what I did. And I made a lot of mistakes and a lot of poor choices. I didn't think about anything before I did it. I just did what I wanted to do.
When I was 22, I had my first daughter, and when I had my daughter, I kind of wanted to get more serious and do stuff by myself, as opposed to relying on my parents or my brothers. That's when I started trying to look for something to help me do that, since I had no idea how to. In 2015, my brother got guardianship of my children, and I ended up here.
I grew up in a good family, the only child. Me and my mother and father were very close. I started really getting in trouble when they got ill. I was selling drugs, using drugs. I got locked up, and that's where things started to change for the better. In a sense, God had me in the right place at the right time. I mean, it took me to get locked up to go through the process of changing my life, you know?
Number 3?
Any kingdom where God is not king, and Satan is Lord.
Okay. So you found that where?
In the book.
In the book, right. Okay. Number 4, I'm going to go over.
The rules were hard to adjust to. Not so much the structure. I've always had, you know, wake up and go to work or whatever, take care of my responsibilities, but as far as, okay, you have to go to bed by this time, the lights go out at this time, that was hard to adjust to.
Most contact with the outside is kind of cut off. Like, you're supposed to focus on the program and your classes and your work therapies and stuff. So you're just like, it is kind of nice to be able to just focus on what you're, like, bettering yourself.
So many things I had to change, man. My way of thought, mostly. Couldn't, you know, you just can't walk around, break rules, break the laws, do anything, get high, try to cover your bad feelings up with a drug, you know, drinking. It was a hard process, but I have met a lot of good people at the mission.
I've grown a lot spiritually, morally. It's a total transformation, really, following the principles of Jesus Christ in the Bible, that, you know, my mind became open. I utilized my time gaining knowledge of the Bible and just observing and listening and going to classes and becoming spiritually sound, which I wasn't before, and even mentally.
A combination of the classes and the focus on the Bible and God, it puts you in a better mindset. And now when I go out in the world now, after having been in the mission for so long, it's easier for me to keep my focus on God and what God wants me to do.
They got me in alignment with the things that I should have been aligned with, you know, God, you know what I'm saying? And if I never got locked up, I've still been out there doing the same thing. I never went through this program. So God, somehow things worked to get me in the right place for me to receive what I needed to receive at that time.
Well, I would like to purchase a home. I want to live a morally responsible life, and to help other people, you know, so that they can have the same opportunities.
I'm starting school at the end of August. I'm going for baking and pastry skills at Del Tech, and my dream is to eventually open a bakery. And I'm also engaged, and we're supposed to be getting married April 13th of next year. And then the goal is to get my girls back and, you know, be a family.
And my dream is to be a good father. I got kids that they even see the difference in me. I got grown kids that missed a big part of their lives from being incarcerated, doing the same thing over and over again. But now I have a relationship with them. I got grandkids, I got 13. So I just gotta stay in line. My dream is to stay in line and just get where I fit in. And maybe my testimony will help somebody. Because you can always look forward to something good. You know, when it's down, your life is down, you're always stressing about something. Pray to God, He'll change it.
I would let them know that their donation does not go to waste. It's not in vain. It actually is a very good program. It helps a lot of people. It helps the community. And the only agenda is they want to save souls for Jesus.
I'm just so grateful for the mission and for everybody who supports the mission. You know, it's changed my life, and I know most of the women in here, it's changed their lives too. Even the ones that didn't graduate, they can say they got something out of the program.
The people that donate to the program is, you know, the program just, it runs off of donations. They don't get money from the government, and it helped me, helped put me in place. So I would say thank you to the donors, and continue to donate on.
We want to actually offer to these young men and young women the opportunity not to get their lives straightened out through God and then just sit, but get their lives straightened out through God and begin life again, to get a fresh start.